Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to International Champions Racing. And we are here for the opener of Tier 5. We've had Tier 1, 2, 3, and 4. And to round off the first week of racing, we're here for Tier 5 in Australia for Round 1 of Season 7. And for the first time, we have Tier 5 action for you to kick off the season. And a track that we haven't seen for quite a while in F1 and also in some leagues. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. We've got 15 drivers on the grid. I know it says 14. I'm not stupid. We have got someone joining later on. And these guys kicking off what they hope will be a successful season. There are some drivers who we've seen before, the majority are new drivers, however. I'll run down the lineup and what we can expect to see this season. And it does, as you can see, seem to be a wet quali, so that can also shake up things a little bit. But we shall see what happens. I'm just trying to sort out this. I don't know what's going on here with the camera angles. But anyway, so as you can see, we're on board with the Mercedes of Rydav. It's full wet conditions, so it'll be interesting to see what they can do in those conditions. I have no idea what the race is like. I will try and get that for you. You can see Ridian in front, making his ICR debut today. Everyone making a debut. I'm assuming that is Liam. Liam in the Mercedes making his debut. James Petty making his debut. Rydav, Raring Terror, and Albino Reet Keva. Also debutants this evening. Jimmy also, and Ridian. Swinner's obviously an admin, so a familiar face on the grid. Pizza Hunter also making a debut today. Sam the Nick and Beans are returning drivers from last year's Tier 4, as is Fast Scopes, who's just gone through the middle of that, through the middle of Beans, and JJB in the Red Bull, who also makes a debut this evening in the Red Bull. Overall, we've got a very closely matched grid, and we can just hope that they bring some clean racing throughout the season. Of course, a long calendar, 22 races in total, starting off this evening in Australia and ending on the 11th of July in Saudi Arabia, in Brazil. My apologies. So taking us all the way through to July every week. Starting with this evening. Then to Bahrain, then China, Portugal, Imola, Hungary, Baku, Silverstone. Then Canada, France, and then Austria. That rounds off the first half of the season. I don't know what JJB is doing right now. I'm sure there should be an explanation behind that. Just crawling around the final corner as he begins his lap. Then going into the second half of the season, of course, we have Spa first, then Zandvoort, then Monza, Sochi, then Kota, then we head to Mexico, and don't forget Singapore as well. That's round 18 after Mexico, and then Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, Japan, and then Brazil to round off the season right at early July. So a very long season, and anything can happen in those 22 races from now. There are the drivers who you expect to do well. Your boy Jake performed well in Tier 4 last season. Bit of a surprise to see him in Tier 5. I would have assumed he would have come up to Tier 4 as well. I'm in Tier 4, and he was a good racer. I will admit. So is Ridian, and he has gone to the top. First lap set in the session of 37.0. Another driver who will hope to do well this season. Same with drivers such as Swinners and Sam the Nick. Two more drivers who they will want to do well this season as well. Sam the Nick just coming out of the garage in that Haas to begin his season. Everyone out on track now. Ridian leading the timings by 2 seconds ahead of Fast Scope right now. So clearly he is flying out there. And then Swinners goes 8/10 clear of Fast Scopes, and then Jimmy goes 6/10 above Ridian. First driver to break into the 36s, and then James Petty actually breaks into the 35. So a very split grid at the minute, as you can see. 3.8 seconds separating James in the Aston Martin and Beans in the McLaren. So definitely drivers a range of skill, a range of timing so far in this session. 8 drivers to set laps, 3 of them in the 39s, 2 in the 37s, 1 in the 35s, 1 in the 36s, and 1 in the 38s. So a big range so far, and only 8 drivers have set laps. There's a bit of traffic here, it seems, down through into the quick chicane. I hope that doesn't get in anyone's way. Sam the Nick's on an out lap. Jimmy's should be on an in lap because he just finished. However, I think your boy Jake might be on a lap, so let's see what he does into the final sector. He was very prone to making mistakes last season. Showed the pace when he needed to, though, and got some good results, and just improves that consistency this season. And we could see a potential championship challenger in your boy Jake, sliding a little bit through the final corner, and oh, his tyres come off. That is your boy Jake's quali over. Hits the wall out of the final corner, gets all squirrely on the power, and he won't get a lap in. He will start at the back unless the 3 behind him can set laps. And Sam the Nick, meanwhile, managing to keep it out of the wall, so good stuff from him. But your boy Jake out of quali in that Williams and not even got going properly yet. So he won't enjoy that. Raring Terror goes second, but still 6/10 from James. And then you've got well, Liam's set a lap, but it's a 40.1. So it's slowest of the running cars so far. But Rydav and Sam the Nick still yet to set laps. Sam the Nick it is invalid and is rather backed off on that lap. We've seen him make 2 mistakes already. So I will have a look at something quickly, so just bear with me. And as you can see, James has gone even faster. I think that was only a couple of hundredths of a second improvement. And Raring Terror now takes James's pole position by just under 0.5 of a second. So Raring Terror is now the driver to beat, and James will not like that one bit and will want to react to that. He's got Jimmy getting the slipstream. He's getting the slipstream from Jimmy. However, I don't think he's actually on a lap at the minute because he's 0.3 down. So let's see, Ridian 4th at the minute. Liam did improve to a 1:36.3. We saw him set a 1:40 earlier on in the session, so not what he seems to be at the start, it seems. I don't know how many of these top 5 are on laps. Ridian 0.6. Oh no, hang on, no, that's not right. Just coming into the first sector split now. Let's see what he is setting. 1.5 seconds down, so I'm assuming that he's rather backed off on this lap. We've got some traffic ahead. That seems to be Raring Terror, but they've rather split up. Now, Raring Terror actually taps the wall there. No damage, though. I'm assuming he will be pitting because he just finished a lap. Beans F1 is on a lap. Currently slowest of the running cars and is 8/10 off anyone else. He'll be hoping to get back up there. Ooh, just overshoots the braking a little bit and goes wide. I don't think that will do any favours. But at the minute, everyone keeping it clean except your boy Jake, who crashed out earlier on. But seems to be running well, and Raring Terror on provisional pole with just under 8 minutes to go. We see Ryder tap the ball there a little bit. Hopefully that doesn't affect him. Yep, speaking of Beans, he's actually retired. I don't know what's happened, but it seems like he's just tapped the wall there on the outside, possibly. So yeah, he seems to be struggling, and that'll be a quality session just to forget for him. Not the way that Beans F1 would have wanted to start his season. But let's see what Rydav sets as he comes across the line. Not going to be pole, it's going to be a 1 minute 37.2, which puts him a very respectable P8. So I'm comfortably into the top 10, and hopefully we'll have the time to go again. He's got a Ferrari of Kyle 91 Smith behind him, who seems to be on a push lap. Let's see what he does. Can he take it better than Beans did? Perfect braking and perfect steering point. Hits the apex perfectly through there, and Ryder has actually crashed out. I've jinxed him as well. He's out of quali now, so he won't improve. Right in front of Kyle Smith, who did well to avoid it. 5/10 improvement from the Ferrari, so very good so far. That will keep him P6. Rydav has quit. Hopefully, I'll try and get him back in a minute once we finish watching this lap. But good stuff at the minute from Kyle 91 Smith, hitting those apexes perfectly and taking good speed through the corners. Hopefully, he will improve a bit more, because at the minute, that improvement will only keep him P6, and at the minute 7/10, and then invalidates through the quick chicane. That's the first time I've actually seen someone do that yet. It seems to be a very good lap for Kyle 91 Smith. I don't know if he'll carry on this lap, and he will be gutted with that, because that seemed like a good lap which could have easily put him into the top 5, but not to be at the minute. So let me try and get Rydav back in. Give me a minute. Alright then, I've tried to invite him back. You can see that tyre in the middle of the road there. Possibly from Beans, I don't know. Pizza Hunter is improving, and I'll tell you what, took that quick chicane very well. Very good stuff from the Alpine driver. Hopefully will want to put himself ahead of Kyle Smith, who we just saw invalidate a lap. He's actually going again, but nowhere near the improvement that he had last time. Let's see what Pizza Hunter will do. As we see, there's a Red Bull round of JJB. Didn't get in anyone's way. Don't know about the Mercedes though. It seems like everything's okay. But let's see what Pizza Hunter does as he rounds the final corner, lifts off a little bit, just to avoid doing what your boy Jake did a couple of minutes ago. And Pizza Hunter puts himself ahead of Kyle Smith, and 36.664 and P7 for him. Kyle 91 Smith is invalidated again. I'm assuming that's probably at the quick chicane again, what he did last time. Fast Scopes probably isn't on a lap, because he's a second down. Jimmy is 2.5 seconds down. Swinners might be on a lap. Seems like he's pushing. So let's see what Swinners does. Coming round. Oh, he's lost it on traction a bit. I'm going to say what the part of the track which won't be as it is on the game when we come there, when we actually race there in 2022. This is going to be flat out. That chicane isn't going to be a thing. It's kind of going to be like the runoff just there. So that site will not be there for much longer. Ridian is yeah, I don't know what's happening with Iridium, but he's a second and a half down in the first sector. And he was last time I saw him as well. Alright, sorry about that. So, what was I saying? I was saying about how Iridium is quite far down. Still P5 for him. Jimmy has just gone into the pits. James Petty is on a lap, but I haven't caught his sector splits. Raring Terror is on a lap, but 2.2 tenths down. James Petty is still going and wanting to take pole. This might be his last run. He'll get another lap in. Will he get it on this run, though? Doesn't look like he will, so he's got one more chance to get that pole off Raring Terror, who also will have another chance to get round. Jimmy is probably done in this session. He's in the pit lane. Swinners is on an outlap. Fast Scope might make it. Fast Scope has gambled on the inters. In fact, a lot of people who are out on track at the minute are gambling on inters and seem to be quicker. So might this gamble on the inters work? Swinners is in a prime position at the minute. If he can get to grips on those inters, Swinners could be on pole. We could also see Fast Scoped up there. We could also see Albino up there and JJB up there, depending on how fast these inters are. Here goes JJB then. We'll watch his first sector split. Are the inters any quicker or are they slower? Let's see what he does. Going into the sector split. What's the split? 1.5 seconds. So the inters are definitely the tyre to be on. Half the grid are on the wets as well. So this could be a thrilling end to quality. That's a purple sector for JJB in the Red Bull. If he can just keep it with him, really in the straight line, he's not going to do anything else. And just overshoots the braking a little bit. JJB, is he going to throw it away with that one braking error? Hopefully not. He's still going, still valid. Can he just keep it through the quick chicane? And hopefully he'll have it. Checkered flags are waving. 8 tenths is the improvement. And a good apex. Good apex through the quick chicane. This is good stuff from the Red Bull driver. Looking for pole position. Swinners did get round up to get on a lap. Fast Scope didn't make it. But let's see. What is he going to do? Coming through the final complex of corners. What's it going to be for JJB as he rounds the penultimate corner tight to the inside line and then getting a slow exit? But that's what you need around here to get a perfect apex through the final corner. JJB going to cross the line. Is he going to be pole? For the Red Bull driver, it's not going to be pole, but it's going to be P7. Now Pizza Hunter, he's on the wets, but he's not going to improve. Swinners is on a lap though, and Swinners is a second and a half up, so this could be it for Swinners. He could be on pole in Australia. Raring Terror has not improved. James is 13 seconds down. This could be for Swinners, but it also could be for Albino as well. He was 9 tenths in the second sector. What's he going to be in the last sector though? Can he put his car up there? Here goes Albino. It's P7, and it isn't going to be Swinners round the penultimate corner. Slow exit, but that again perfect to get the right entry. But Swinners loses it slightly. Could that throw it away? Swinners 6th gear, 7th gear, flat out to the line. Is he going to do it? Swinners across the line, and Swinners is on pole in Australia for 1.3 seconds clear. The gamble on the inters has worked for the McLaren driver, and he kicks off the season on pole position. And James didn't make it across the line. didn't make it across the line, and in fact, he's going to slide into the wall. And that is quali over. Swinners, the gamblers paid off for the McLaren driver, and he kicks off the season in Australia with a pole position, and he was the only gambler who managed to, well, make it work, because Albino and JJB only 7th and 8th, but they now want to bring that confidence over into the race. Your boy Jake will start last because of his crash. Beans also crashed. So did Rydav. I don't know if he's still in, because he did quit, and I did try and invite him back, but yeah. Raring Terror will be pushing like mad in this race in that Ferrari to try and catch the McLaren that's just pipped him a pole. But at the minute, that sets us up for a very thrilling race. And we will see what shall happen in the next couple of laps. So, yeah. Alright then. So it is dry for the race, so there is that sort of element of whoever was better in the wet kind of gets that lasting advantage. Formation lap. Let's see the strategy. Swinners has gone for the mediums. Hang on, let me switch it quickly. There we go. So Swinners, James, Jimmy, JJB, Fast Scoped, and your boy Jake have gone onto the mediums. They're gonna hope to get the better tire performance later on in the race. But Beans, Sam, Rydav's AI, Kyle, Pizza Hunter, Albino, Liam, Ridian, and Raring Terror are all going to go aggressive towards the start, and they have gone for the softs, and we'll see how that plays off. Will the mediums be the better strategy, or will the softs be the better strategy? We'll find out over the next 29 laps. Alright, so Jimmy and James, that's big. They've both been disqualified. So, they are both out of, they're both out of the formation lap. What will that do to them? That has allowed Ridian to get a bit closer. They're backing up a little bit at the back. That's Rydav's AI and your boy Jake. Your boy Jake doesn't like the fact that the AI goes so slowly. I don't know where the AI takes over around here. But Swinners will be the first to properly line up anyway. On the grid to kick off Season 7, and your first action from Tier 5 will be underway in about 30 seconds time. I don't really have a good view. I think that's probably the best view we'll get for now. Anyway, here come the lights. The lights are building. The revs are rising. It's Tier 5 for Season 7. And we're underway in Australia. The McLaren seems to get away well, but James seems to get the better start. He's going to try and go down the middle of them. There's an Alpine off in the background. But Raring Terror seems to have got into the lead before the first corner and leads the Australian Grand Prix. Swinner's still keeping behind in second. Ridian has gained 2 places. James seems to get the better first phase of the start, but has dropped back in the second phase. Ridian now trying to send it on Swinner's, and Jimmy also trying to send it on James. They all seem to be pretty clean at the start. Beans is down in last. James and Jake and JJB making contact there, and Pizans has gone wide as well. Liam is causing some yellows, and there's JJB round and into the wall, losing his front wing. He got hit by Beans, trying to go side by side through there. Not the greatest of ideas, but other than that, they all seem to have got through cleanly, and Raring Terror leads the Grand Prix from Ridian, and Swinners has dropped back 2 places. It might even be more, because James is on the attack, as is Jimmy. Jimmy tucks to the inside, not trying to get involved in this whatsoever. Are they going to be side by side into the quick chicane? James trying to go around the outside, but Swinners great defending onto the inside, and keeps third place. He didn't want to lose any more places. He's starting on pole, and he's going to end the first lap in third place, but James is really going for the attack and really wants to get onto the podium as quick as possible. These 3 are all on the medium tyres, so they have that advantage maybe going into the latter part of the race. But at the minute, JJB is struggling. He lost his front wing just coming out of sector 1. And also we got, is that Liam off? Yeah, Liam has lost his front wing as well. So he will pit. So, tragedy for him really at the start of the season. Hopefully not a sign of things to come on his point of view anyway. But Raring Terror leads by 1.5 seconds. And, well, it all just depends on whether Ridian can just carry on and just push towards him for now. But it seems like Raring Terror is gaining that gap. And we've got yellow flags in Sector 1 because that is Sam the Nick who has had an incident. He's round and now is 13th. I don't know what happened, but we won't be very happy about that. Swinner's already dropped back 3 seconds and making contact with James. James tried to go to the inside and very late move from James, and it's not paid off for him. He's now down in 9th and he's going to be joining Jake and Fast Scopes in battle. Fast Scopes is ghosting through Jake. I don't know what that's about. So Jake will get that position. Jake's had an absolutely brilliant start, but then spins it, and Jake is out. Jake is out of the race. He's crashed at the quick chicane, and we've got a VSC. It's always got to be Jake. It happened so many occasions last season, and it's happened again in Australia on the season opener. Jake loses on the exit of the quick chicane, and he is out of the Australian Grand Prix before the second lap has even been completed, and Swinner's already 5.6 seconds back from Raring Terror and Ridian. That is just, I don't know. Those two are on another level at the minute. Alright, there we go. VSC is in and we are going racing. Swinner seems to have lost out on that. Jimmy has lost out massively because Albino is now up to 4th place. In that Alpine, that's very good start from him. In fact, who is the biggest climber on that start? Let me have a look. It is Fast Scopes is up 5 places. It would have been Jake because he started at the back and was up into 7th before his spin. Fast Scopes is the biggest climber, and the biggest faller is Liam because he had to pit at the end of the first lap. He's down 7 places and is sat in 13th place at the minute, 21 seconds back from the next car. So it seems as if closest battle out on track at the minute. We've got Pizza Hunter overtaking Fast Scope with that DRS, And actually, that was a move under braking if I've ever seen one myself. Really, Farscope lucky not to just plough into the back of Pizza Hunter there. That might be looked at. But other than that, Pizza Hunter in the Alpine is ahead of Farscopes, and the Alpines are on the move in the opening laps. 4th and 7th, and they started 7th and 9th, so good stuff from them. At the minute, we've got Albino really close to the back of Swinners. Albino is on another level at this start. He started in 7th place and is now right on the back final podium spot. Swinners didn't get the greatest of starts and is already 5.5 seconds behind the next car. This is good stuff. Albino showing really good pace, but slightly slower than he would have wanted through the quick chicane, and that allows Jimmy with the DRS to get every impetus he needs to go down the inside and retake 4th place. And he will now want to go after Swinners, who is on the medium tyres with him, and that Williams is back into 4th, and this will allow Kyle Smith to also close onto the back of these guys. James did pit just then, so he has kind of lost out after that incident with Swinners, but Jimmy now 7/10 behind Swinners, and Albino is 3/10 behind him. So this is really beginning to form a battle for the last podium spot. We're only 5 laps in, and we're already battling for the for 3rd place. Jimmy is gaining like mad with the DRS on that straight, definitely running lower wings than Swinners. But there we go, better exits. Jimmy seems to be the faster car. Is he going to send it here? On the grass is Jimmy. Is he going to send it? Yes, he will. Swinners won't leave the room. And that is what happens when... and he's reset the track. That's a penalty. That is what happens when you go for an ambitious move. You spin round, and there goes Jimmy's chances of a podium. So it's now down to Albino, really, to go for the move. Definitely a reset to track, so that'll get caught. I just thought he got hit, to be honest, and yeah. Oh, Kyle! Oh, I heard that. Kyle's now out. Second driver to hit the barriers outside the quick chicane, and this time we have a full safety car in this race. So, so after 5 laps, we had a VSC and now a safety car. Kyle is in the wall. So Beans is coming into the pits. Everyone on the softs, I assume, will probably pit. So then this is where the gamble on the mediums really comes into effect. Swinner's gambled on the inters in quali, and he's now gambled on the mediums in the race. And this really, if he does this, if he is able to gamble in quali and the race, then you know what, fair play. So everyone from Liam downwards has made the stop. Liam was 21 seconds back at the end of the first lap. He's now really now back into this race. He will be yeah, he's basically P7 because Rydav won't count. So are we going to see Raring Terror and Ridian come into the pits at the end of this lap? So let's see what happens. Yeah, they are the Raring Terror's pit. Anyway, Ridian has stayed out. Oh no, he's wow. Okay, really trying to dummy him there, and So, yeah, those two have pit. Those are the only two that have actually gone for the safer option. Because, well, the softs are probably going to run out in the next few laps anyway. So, it definitely is worth pitting now. Rather than later. But, we'll see what happens. Albino is currently the highest on the soft tyres. Pete Hunter also, and Rydav, who isn't in. So those two are the only drivers who have kept that gamble. Sam the Nick might go to the end because he has gone for the hard tyres. So I might just go and get a quick glass of water if I've got time. This is where having a co-commentator comes in handy. In my case, I don't, but because you can go get a glass of water and the stream isn't just completely silent as you're watching cars queue up behind a safety car. Because if I had a co-commentator, I would have done so. But I think I've got a lap because it's not going to come in now, so I might just do it quickly. So just give me a minute. What is going on here? I've just seen, when I came back, Sam the Nick has given out 2 penalties. One to Raring Terror and one to James. 2 big drivers in this race as well. He's only got 1, but he's given out 2. So is that going to damage Raring Terror and James later on in this race? We will see. Safety car in this lap anyway, so let's see what happens. Swinner's really backing up the field. So let's see what happens. Swinders will get going. He's got both the Alpines on his tail. When is he going to go? Stays in second gear, and there is where he goes. Has he got the jump on Albino? It doesn't seem like he has, but look at Fast Scoped. Look at him go down the inside. What a restart from the Alfa Romeo driver. He's been told to give the positions back, and he's gone all the way down now to 8th. So that restart didn't really go well for him. But Swinner seems to have got the better restart and is 6/10 clear. Sam the Nick and Raring Terror have actually gone in, so they might have picked up wing damage. But Swinners gets the better restart. Pete Hunter is on the back of Albino. Yeah, Beans is close to the back of Liam as well. And Beans has got Riddian all over his rear as well. Don't say that, I'll come next. We've got a yellow flag because that's JJB Brown again. He was round at lap 1, and now he's gone round again. Hopefully not wing damage this time. No, he's kept the wing this time. And Beans is really close to the back of Liam. Oh, this is going to be an ambitious move from Beans. Wheel to wheel into the quick chicane. Please don't make it 3 wide, Ridian. He's going to try it, and Beans has to end up cutting the corner, and now Ridian's going to try and goes. Oh, there's Liam. What a crash from Liam. And now the third driver to end up in the barriers at the quick chicane, and another VSC. Yeah, so third VSC / safety car in the space of 10 laps. We've barely had any full racing laps yet. Hopefully this isn't a common thing in Tier 5. But Liam becomes the third victim of that quick chicane on the exit, on those death curbs. And yeah. Yeah, so there we go. Green flag. Sam the Nick has got a drive through. Who else? Is it just Sam the Nick? Wearing Terragher. Yeah, Sam the Nick's just rage quit. That'll be a penalty as well. JJB got one as well. Yeah, that'll be a penalty for Sam the Nick then. He just pressed retire, hasn't he? So 4 drivers out in the first 10 laps. We've still got 19 to go. Swinner's keeping a healthy lead. Hasn't stopped yet though. The top 4 are the guys who haven't stopped. The RS is enabled, so Albino now, that will give him a little bit more motivation to get on the back of Swinners. Remember, Albino is on the soft tyres, so he is due a stop in the next few laps. So is Pizza Hunter, and maybe Jimmy as well. Jimmy is on the mediums though, so he might pit around the same time as Swinners. And braking a little bit late, that would have lost him a little bit of time. Ridian is very close to the back of him. Or getting close to the back of him, I should say. So Ridian will want to get involved too. He has pitted. Did under that safety car. But now these 3 really getting close with each other. And that is a great camera angle to watch both Alpines. One in quick pursuit of the other. Pizza Hunter on the back of Albino, and Albino slightly going off the track there, and that's a great exit from Pizza Hunter, and that will allow him on the inside, and they can side by side now round that left-hander. Pizza Hunter virtually almost equal with each other. Who's going to be the one to back out? They both don't back out, and managing to somehow stay both facing the right way through the quick chicane, and now Pizza Hunter is going to try with the DRS. Really looking for every opportunity he can get now. This is allowing Jimmy onto the back of this fight as well, and possibly Ridian. If he gains enough, Jimmy might now get onto the back of these Alpines. He will have the better tyres because he has more life in them in the mediums. And these 2 in front are due a stop in the next couple of laps. We're at lap 11 and they haven't pitted on the softs, which they've taken from the start. Ridian sets the fastest lap, so he's really pushing, but Pizza Hunter down the inside of the first corner, and Pizza Hunter is now up into second place, and he will now try and chase down Swinners. Maybe they will all get to Swinners, depending on how quick they are. Jimmy is still close to the back of this, and now Ridian is involved as well. He's really been pushing on those soft tyres after he pit there. Is it possibly going to be a soft medium strategy for Ridian there? But he is absolutely flying at the minute, the fastest car on track by an absolute country mile, as he now gets onto the rear wing of that Williams of YKTV Jimmy. You can see this is where they were side by side last lap. Jimmy doesn't get the greatest of exits out of this corner, and that will allow Ridian with the ERS to try and get on the back here, but I don't think he'll be close enough by the time they get to the corner. No, he isn't, so still stays behind, but gets a great exit compared to Jimmy. And now with the DRS, could this be the time where Ridian gets ahead of Jimmy and up into 4th place? He's looking at the inside. He's ascending on the inside is Ridian, and very close to the back of Albino. Slightly goes off track, and it's not even Albino, it's Jimmy, goes off track and stays behind Jimmy for now. But again, DRS on this main straight. This is allowing James to get on the back of this as well. He was about like 15 seconds behind not long ago as well. He's now back up into this fight. Ridian with DRS. Now, Jimmy pulls to the inside and Ridian, by the time they get to the braking zone, Ridian is ahead of Jimmy. And now this is his next target, Albino. Ridian is really not leaving any time between drivers. He will just go for the overtakes when he wants to and is flying through the corners at the minute. Definitely the fastest car on the track and really just pushing that car in and out of the corners. Definitely one to watch this season if he keeps this up, because Pete Hunter is also on the back of Swinners almost. James has spun it and has to get out. Nearly hits fast scope coming back onto the track. He's lucky he's ghosted. Oh, he's retired. Okay, that's going to be another penalty then. We just press and retire. Look at these then, side by side. Ridian already up into third place. What is he doing? He's on a madness, is Ridian, at the minute, and he's up into third place, and now he's going to chase down these podium guys. But Pete Hunter has DRS on Swinners and maybe could go for the lead here as they head down into the final sector, the last complex of corners. Pete Hunter all over the back of Swinners, has the DRS advantage, has the ERS advantage as well, so Pete Hunter has a lot left. The only disadvantage he has is the tyres. When is he going to pit? He's been on those softs since the start. Fair play to him for taking them so long. But could this be the move for the lead of the race here? Pete Hunter goes through on Swinners and takes the lead of the race. But how long will that lead last for? When is that pit stop going to come for Pete Hunter? The pit window doesn't seem to be open yet. But now, Swinners doesn't have the DRS on this straight. So Pete Hunter again gets that lasting advantage. Albino has pitted. So maybe this is where Pete Hunter will pit as well. So he's going to push like mad on this lap to try and pull the gap to Swinners. I don't know when Swinners is pitting, but Ridian is now 1.3 seconds behind these, and probably due another stop as well is Ridian in the Alfa Romeo. So, yes, at the minute, probably that whole top three only need one more stop today to take it to the end. So let's see, Ridian is dropping off in pace a little bit. I think his period of pushing that car to the limit has rather stopped now. And Swinners has gone back ahead of Pete Hunter, who actually goes off the track. I don't know what happened there, but Pete Hunter is off the track and has destroyed one of the brake boards. And that is not good for Pete Hunter. Has he got wing damage? Because that doesn't seem like he's going full pace. Yeah, he's lost an end plate. I don't know what's happened to Pete Hunter, but he's going to go into the pits, and it's all unravelling for Alpine now. One of their drivers has gone into the pits with wing damage, and Albino is 25 seconds behind. It's all unravelling. They were at 2 and 3 at one point. Now, it's all sliding away from them. These three are all due probably at least one more stop, but when that is, I have no idea. Swinner's still leading though by 7/10. Ridian seems to again be pushing that car to the limit. He's gaining time, but Swinners is a quick driver, as is Ridian. So Swinners will defend. We saw him defending with Jimmy. It didn't go very well. Don't know what happened with him and James. Actually, we did see what happened with him and James. Hopefully, third time lucky for Swinners. Hopefully, he'll be able to battle Ridian without having too much of an issue. Ridian 5/10 off of Swinners. Ridian is around the same tyre life because he pitted under the safety car, and Swinners is on those mediums which he's taken from the start. So they probably might be about the same. Swinners possibly worse. But this could be where Ridian goes for the overtake. You've got DRS down the straight and using that ERS as well, but Swinners has more ERS, and Jimmy is just watching here, ready for something to happen and for him to just pounce in and take the position. Remember, Albino probably won't need to stop again in this race. Swinners has already gone for the move, and Ridian has got the move. Ridian is up into the lead of this race. Ridian has taken the lead. I told you he was flying. And he has pushed that car from 5th place to 1st. And he's brilliant stuff from Ridian. He'll have to pit again. Beans has crashed. Same place where your boy Jaden in quali. And another safety car. Safety car is out. Beans has binned it and brought out the second safety car this evening. And now that gives the top 3 a free pit stop over Albino. So it's all gone wrong for Albino really at the minute. Yeah, so there we go. They've all got into... Swinner's actually stayed out. That's surprising, because he still needs to pit. Now, Jimmy has actually gone to the softs, and Ridian has gone to the mediums. That's bold from Jimmy to go to the softs, but we'll have to see what happens there. They will come out ahead of Albino, because obviously they get the extra time under the safety car. Alright then, so I'm interested to see when Swinners will actually pit, because quite surprised that he hasn't pitted at the minute. Alright, sorry about that. So safety car in this lap. Swinners will go, albeit on the very worst tyres compared to Ridian and Jimmy. It will be interesting to see how he defends. But when will Swinners go? He went pretty late last time and he got the jump. And goes pretty late this time, but doesn't seem to have got the jump on Ridian. Ridian was ready to react when Swinners was able to pull that car away. But Swinners got the better entry and exit. Despite being on these tyres for nearly 20 laps now, Swinners is still nursing them very well and seems to have good pace in them. Raring Terror has been overtaken by an AI. He won't like that. They're all pretty close together at the minute. Jimmy is hounding the back of Ridian. Can he get ahead before Ridian can get anywhere close to Swinners? What a dive bomb from Jimmy, and into second place goes Jimmy. Ridian probably wasn't expecting that, but a great dive bomb. And on the soft tyres, it'll be interesting to see if he can take them to the end. But Jimmy is up into second place and will now chase down Swinners, who is on the nearly 20 lap old mediums. He's on new softs. This is going to be very, it's going to be difficult for Swinners to defend from this. But they've all seemed to got through the quick chicane very well. We've already had 3 victims of that corner already. But Jimmy now, so much quicker through every corner than Swinners. Might go for a move maybe where you least expect it. And he might go for it here. Yes, he will. Another ambitious dive bomb. And forces Swinners off the track. Ridian will now say, thank you very much. Can I get involved here? Swinners has pitted as a result of that. But now Ridian gets involved here. Jimmy, after that dive bomb, has lost the momentum. And Ridian will try and get back at him here. Through into turn 1. Jimmy defending on the outside. And keeping the position for now anyway. We've got a yellow flag because Pizza Hunter has gone off the track. And yeah, he spun off. But Swinners has pit for softs, but might it be too late for that pit stop? We'll wait and see. But Jimmy getting all out of shape there. Just cut on the right side. He managed to save it. 6/10 clear of Ridian now. Let's have a look at penalties quickly. Wrong thing. 8 seconds for all of them. I don't know about the 5-second penalties, if they can get removed or not. Oh, Ridian, that was very close. That was a big moment for Ridian. That will lose him quite a bit of time. 9/10, a second is the gap now. He's out of the DRS. Jimmy is flying, despite being pretty angry. It seemed from the chat after being spun by Swinners earlier on in the race. Now leads by 1.3 seconds. So, you know, just proves you never give up. I mean, I shouldn't really say you never give up, hypocrite, but, you know. Yeah, for 1.5 seconds now. The smallest gap is the one between Albino and JJB. Fast Scoped is on the podium, so Alfa Romeo are going to bring home a good haul of points here. But so are Alpine, actually. At the minute, all Fast Scoped, that was a bit of a moment. What happened there? I don't really know. But at the minute, it's going to be very close in the constructors. Alpine will be on 37, 25 and 12. And Alfa Romeo will be on 33. So 4-point gap. Quick maths. I'm so clever. So it'll be 4-point difference between Alpine and Alfa Romeo after this race. Actually, no. No, never mind. He's Williams, isn't he? Oh, yeah, it's my bad. Now Alfa Romeo will lead then after this race if all stays how it is right now. Ridian can afford to stay there, and yeah, hopefully for his team it will help. But for Albino, he's being hounded by the Red Bull of JJB at the minute. So Jimmy sets the fastest lap, so he is currently the fastest car out on that track. JJB is on the back of Albino. We've got 7 laps to go as they cross the line, and now with the DRS, not able to get anywhere there, and gets a 3-second penalty there. But we saw him just track extend slightly there, and that is what happens. He's got DRS again though. Look how strong the DRS is down that straight. JGB will send it. Albino leaves the room. But JJB is unable to get through because Albino got the better exit going into the corner. And now Albino seems to have the better momentum. It's really the only thing going out on track at the minute because they've all seemed to pull the gap to each other since the restart. Jimmy has really flown away on those soft tyres, but the big question is in what condition will they be in come the end of the race? Will they be good? Will they be good enough? Will they be good enough to keep Ridian at bay for 6 laps as they cross the line? In fact, JGB might have another go here. He'll have 2 DRS straights in a row to get past Albino. This is the first one. 3 tenths of the gap. He won't be closing up by the time they get through here. We saw him track extend here on the last lap, but takes it well there. Very well. This could be it for JJB as he now has DRS into the slipstream and down the inside going into turn 3. Locks up a little bit and Albino has to go on the track, force him off slightly and spins round. Albino does actually, and that will allow Pizza Hunter through as well. I don't know whether that will be reported at the end of the race, but JJB now up into 4th place, and Albino will not be happy one bit at that because he got forced off, he'll feel, by the Red Bull, and JJB has actually stopped. I don't know if he's letting Albino back through. Oh yeah, he is. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. That's very good. Very good. And that's allowed Pizza Hunter now into 4th place. But fair play to JJB for giving up that position. He obviously feels that he's in the wrong. But he doesn't want to be too slow about it because now he's got 7th and 8th on his tail. Rydab and Swinners, but Rydab will be DSQ'd because he's been AI all race. I think he might have a problem here. Oh, he's got no front wing. Okay. I thought he gave the position back, but he's actually got no front wing. Maybe he reset to track then, because it seemed like he was right in the middle of the track when I had a look. It seemed like he was in the middle of the track, so he possibly reset to track. So yeah, into the pits comes JJB, and it's all unravelled. He just gone into 4th place. So yeah, it's all gone wrong for JJB at the end. Swinners is now actually close to the back of Albino, so Swinners might still get points here as Peter. Ridian! What's happened to Ridian? Ridian's got no front wing! What's happened to the Alfa Romeo? He looks so quick. And he's now got no front wing. And all of a sudden it's all gone from very good to very bad for Ridian in the Alfa Romeo. With 5 laps to go. Ridian is all but out of this race. He can still come home for 2 points. It's all gone for Ridian right at the end of this race. And now Jimmy has an 8.7 second lead to Fast Scoped, who is now into P2. He's gone very under the radar, and Pizza Hunter into P3 as well. Wow. So yeah, they've all really got gaps to each other now. We have just a couple of laps left to go until we've got just 5 laps now until the end. Jimmy has blown away with it since pitting those soft And fair play to him, because that now has seemed like the best idea. So yeah, fair play. Yeah, so the smallest gap is actually Raring Terror will get 6th anyway, because yeah, he will get it anyway, because Rydav will be disqualified because he's been in AI all of the race, but he might still go for this move. So yeah, Raring Terror did get ahead there. We're just coming on to lap 27. Like I said, nothing really happened at the minute. Alright, so yeah, Jimmy he's on the penultimate lap. Coming on to the last lap of the race, he's 12 seconds clear of the field, and with not really much going on, well, for now anyway, it's been a dominant drive from the since the safety car restart. He's gambled to go to the softs until the end, but it has paid off. And even now, he's still opening that gap to Fast Scoped at quite a rapid rate. Fast Scope, though, has gone quite under the radar. He started, let me have a look. He started in 12th and has made his way up to 2nd, so fair play to him. And Pizza Hunter as well. Give him a mention, because he's gone from 9th to 3rd. And as long as they just keep it for one more lap, they will finish there. driver of the day, I think I have to do that. I'll do that for now. Because this is a thing. It's not like a community vote anymore. I'm pretty sure everyone will know this anyway. Driver of the day, I will probably... I'm tempted to say Ridian. Although the result doesn't really do him justice, he just one little lapse of concentration really ruined it for him, and again, really. He's kind of throwing it now, isn't he? But anyway, I'll just watch Jimmy for now anyway. Ridian, I'd probably say driver of the day because he was very fast up until the little one lapse of concentration, which ultimately cost him the race. I will give it to Ridian because, yeah, he deserved more. Definitely, it's just his own, just one little error. But anyway, Jimmy, he will come home. It's been a great decision. It's proved to be a great decision to switch to the softs after that safety car. He's going to come home to kick off the season with 26 points and win the Australian Grand Prix with the fastest lap for good measure. And, oh no, he didn't actually get it. It would kick off with 25 points then. Fast Goats will come home to take second place, and from 12th on the grid, he'll be very proud of that one. And Swinners will come home on the podium after starting on pole and ultimately staying out for longer than he should have on the medium tyre. He comes home on the podium. He'll be relieved at that. Pizza Hunter will take 4th, and Raring Terror finishes 5th after starting on the front row. Albino finishes 6th in the Alpine, so a good solid points, 4th and 6th for Alpine. Ridian will come home to take 7th unless there are penalties. JJB has spun, he'll come home to take 8th because Rydav will be disqualified for being AI. It could have been much more for Ridian, but he will finish 7th probably when the final results have come out. And JJB will hope to come back stronger next week and take will take 8th place, but he will want to come back stronger next week. He actually just takes his front wing off as he goes across the line. And there you have it then. That rounds off the first weekend of ICR racing, the first weekend under the new ICR name. Yeah, that kicks off that finishes off the first weekend of racing under the ICR name. And Jimmy takes the first ever ICR Tier 5 victory. Join us next week where we head to Bahrain, same time, at Monday 7 PM. Join us on Thursday evening at 7, where Tier 1, fastest no assist, okay, one of the fastest no assist tiers on Xbox. They head to Bahrain, and then Tier 2 on Friday. Of course, that's the line only tier at Bahrain. Tier 3, the highest of the no assist tiers on Xbox, on Saturday, and then Tier 4 on Sunday 7 PM as well. And then at Tier 5, of course, same time next week at Monday. All of them are at Bahrain. So, from me, Chaz F1, we will see you all next week. So take care, everyone. Goodbye.